Good day everyone, welcome to today's tutorial. This is the introduction of pixellab app. So today we'll be seeing all the features of pixellab and how we can use them in our designs. So firstly, we need to know what is pixellab. Pixellab is an app that helps us to be able to design flyers, adverts, logos, and many things. So if one is creative, you can design almost everything on pixellab app. So today let's start with the features of pixellab and how we can use them in our designs. So firstly, we'll be using this first tool here, this tool as like a plus sign. Yes, so that's the tool we'll be using first. So touch on it. The first thing under it is text. So this is how we add text on pixellab. So this is how we add text. So if we want to edit it, write something on the text, the icon below that plus sign, like a pencil, tap on it. Tap on the one that pops out and edit something like hello. Okay. So this is how we edit our text. What if we want to delete it? We tap on the text and the icon below that plus sign, like a dustbin, we tap on it and okay. So this is how we edit and delete text on pixellab. So what's next under the plus sign is current date. So we could add our date. That is how we add dates. We could also next sticker. So on pixellab we have many and different stickers which we may choose from on pixellab. So it's just one's choice to choose from any one of your choice. And we also have emojis. So you can choose from anyone. So this is how we add text, date, stickers, and also emojis. So what's next? Under the see on the plus sign, we could also add shapes. So here, so we can choose from different shapes: a square, a circle, a triangle, an arrow, so and many more. So this is radius. Radius curves our shape to any of our choice. This is the work of radius. Then opacity. Opacity give us the way of how visible our object will be. So we decide how visible we want our shape to be. Then we could also fill color. Then we could choose the color of our shape and many other things. Then stroke, a boundary to the shape. We could also edit its opacity and its color. So that's it for, and we could also add a blur, like a shadow for the shape. So that's it about shape. This is how we add shape on pixellab. So let us delete this. Delete. Okay. Delete. Okay. Delete. Okay. Delete. Okay. So what's next under that plus sign? How do we add image to pixellab? Under the plus sign, we see from gallery. So from gallery, let's do it this. So then tick it. So you see, this is what we just add from my gallery. This is how you bring in picture from your gallery to Pixel Lab. So and lastly, under that plus sign is draw. So you can draw anything, any shape, anything like this. So we do then is eraser and many other things like that. So delete, delete. So assuming you have done a work and you want to save. So how can you save your your work, either as a project or as an image? The next icon beside that plus, you see it, that is what we call save. So you either save as project or you save as image. So let's say we want to save our as project. We've not finished the work we're doing, so we want to go out and come back again to finish the work. We could save as project. Let's say, wait, let's just write something, our text, Abraham, then save as projects. You could give your project any name. So then if you want to save as image, you still tap on that icon, you tap on it, save as image. For when you're saving your work as an image, always use this quality down. You see quality, this quality, always change this default to ultra. This will make your design quality be very strong, very high. That's what the ultra is for. So that your work will appear very neat and clean. Then you could save as either JPEG or PNG. JPEG is for no transparency, then PNG is for transparency. Then you save to gallery. So that's how we save our work. Then how about after saving as projects, we want to go back to the work. You come under here, notice this place, these three circles that join together. We tap on it. As you can see, upper part of it, my projects. So we tap on my projects. So you can see all the save work that you must have done on pixellab, and you can enter into them. Then what's key next? The next one after that save is share. You share, but share to any of the social media sites: Facebook, Twitter, Google, WhatsApp, or any other things. So then the next one is this to come out like this. So tap on it, is for quotes. Let's say you don't have an idea of what to write. From here you could choose different type of idea: motivation, friendship, success, inspiration, positivity, and many more. And we have different language, English and French. So you could choose from your choice. Like now, you just choose one. Begin to be now what you will be hereafter. Sorry. So that's how you add quotes on pixellab. So let's delete this. So the next icon is this three dots. These three dots. So what is it for? You could also add image from gallery. Through here, add image from gallery. Then for your background, for the background, if you notice now, it's already add image for the background. This is now the main background. So then the next one is full screen. If you want to see how your work is as an image before saving it, you choose full screen. Then you go back this upper right part to go back, full back. And the next one is use image from camera. This involves snapping a picture directly from your camera. If you tap on this use image from camera, it will take you as the back to your main camera so that you snap what you need. Then the next one is export image. It's also a way to save your work. And we've talked about saving. So the next one under there is contact. That's to contact those Pixel Lab. Then tutorials. You could also get other tutorials on Pixel Lab. Then remove ads. Then recover autosave, open PFL 5. This recover autosave, maybe to recover your work that you lost already. You could use this recover autosave to get it back. Then about, just about the pixellab and all that. Then exits. I'm not about to exit now, so exit is to get out from the pixellab app. So what is the next icon? Below that three dots, we see a paper like overlaid to. Tap on it. This is for all the things you must have written. Let's add another test. Another test. So go back to this. So this text, sorry, it shows you all what you have written. You could either edit them from here also. So that's the work of this icon. And the next one is this. First, let me change this my background back. Okay. So add test. So this next icon, like a graph, is used for like alignments. Let your work be arranged. That is what it's used for. So we tap on it. So for you to get really like how to arrange it well, you tap on this icon here, this one. So we tap on it. So let's say we want to arrange this new text, this and this to be on the same line. So we could just do it like this. See, they are now aligned. So that's the work, just to arrange for like a ruler, for you to arrange, be able to know how your work is being arranged. So that's the use. Then the next icon, like a search or plus together, here is also for zooming. Here you can zoom your work to see how the thing is. So that's the work. Then the next icon is to redo. How this next icon here, this icon is to redo. Like for example, redo. You see, text came back. Redo is shifted to redo or redo what has been deleted already. For example, I delete this. I press on the redo. See, it came back. So that's the work of that icon. So right now we are through with the upper part of the um icons of the tools. So now we'll move to the lower parts where we can see my projects. These parts now, all these parts down. So the first icon there, like 3 circles, is where we could choose our project from. Then we could also choose different templates. We could also create such things, all these things by ourselves. But if you just no need to stress yourself, you could just choose from all these as a templates and use any of these for what you want to do. So then what next? The next icon, like a, this one is for our text, to edit our texts. The next one is if we add an image, for example, add image from gallery like this. Here we could edit the image to anything, anyhow we need it. So delete. So that's the work of the A. Then the next one, next icon, this right here, is also, oh sorry, we've done this. As you said, it's used to edit our image. And the next one is also used to edit our background. We either add our color as a background, for example, color. See our background tones color. Change the color, or gradient, mixture of two colors. Yes, that's the work of gradients. Mixture of two colors or two or more colors. That's the work of gradients. So then we could also image size. We could determine the size of how we want our work is, either custom, profile picture, YouTube channel banner, YouTube thumbnail. Let's say YouTube thumbnail. So this is the size. So we could also edit it by ourselves. So we could choose from any of these, or if we have any size, we could also edit the width and height from here. Yeah. So let's take it back to square or custom. So the next one is to add image as our background image. There's also preset image templates. Yes, you see. So that's it. Then image from gallery. That's add the image from our gallery as our background. So you see. Then we could also add from camera. So that's it. Then the next one is also editing the background. But let's go back to this a icon here, this a. So how we can edit our text. So let's undo all this, let's change the background color. Let's take it like this. So let's say let's edit this text. Remember this pencil icon at the upper parts. We tap on it. Welcome to our restaurant. Oh, sorry. Oh, wow. So that's good. So we could increase this. We will edit this text through this icon here, this A. So the first thing there is styles. We could browse. This is also templates that we could choose from. Then, or we could also edit the text again to change some correction. There's also a way in which we could edit our text. Then we could also delete. So we don't need to delete, we redo. So then if we want to copy it, the next one is copy. You see, it becomes two. Then what's the work of to front and to back? Let's make this a little bit bolder. Let's choose from the presets, the templates, styles, browse, sample. If you notice, this first one cover the other one. How about I want to bring the one at the back to the front? So that's work of these two fronts. To front, you see, it comes to the front. To back, it goes to the back. So this work to front to bring an object or an image or anything to the front, to back to take it to the back. So that's the work of to front and to back. Then to position, this is like to just move the objects, the any text or object or image or anything, just move it. Then relative position, like to shift it to the side or to centralize it. You can see we can centralize this now. This is already centralized. Take it down. So this is the work of position and relative position, just to position your either text or your image or anything you are doing. Then size, you could edit your work or increase your work by using size. So you can see the size is being increased. So this is one way of increasing your text or image or anything. Then another way of increasing your work is through here, through this part here. So you see, we could either increase it like this or reduce it. So in a scenario whereby you want to increase an image, let us add an image from gallery. So as we said, we could increase it or reduce it through here. So please don't make this mistake. Don't ever increase your image using this part. It will not make your work look nice. Just imagine now, you see, it's expanding the work. This is not really the right way to increase one's work. So undo, redo, undo. So this is the right way to increase, not using this way. So please note it. Then the next one, delete. Let's go back to our test. A. The next one is padding. What is padding used for? It's like shifting your work to either the left part or the right part. You either right padding shifts it to the left padding shifts it your work to the right. So these are the work of left padding and right padding, shifting your work to either to the left or to the right. The next thing is color. Is adding color to your work. Color, you see, or gradients. Just choosing two or more colors. So then texture. Texture is giving your work another color, but in an image form. So texture. Let's add texture from gallery. Let's give it this. Yes. So you can see is give it the how do I put it, the color of the image, or the image to serve as its own color. So that's the work of texture. So then after that, opacity. As we have said, opacity is to know, to see how visible, to grade how your visible you want your work to be. You either put it 100%, that's full visibility, or you reduce it. So depending on how you want, you could also add effect shadow, or it's your choice. Then what next? Rotate. This is when you want to rotate your work, curving it like this. So this is the work of rotate, or you could use this right here to also rotate it. So this is how we rotate either a work or a text or an image. Then what next? This is mask. Mask is like covering, also editing, but covering your work, or like cropping in another form. Either do it in or out. So so as we can see, the restaurant is no more already. So it's like covering or cropping one part away. So you can see these two, you see, like shaping it, cutting it out. So that's the work of mask. Then fonts. Fonts is changing the fonts of our work, of our word. Could change it to different fonts and other things. So in the course of the class, we will also see how we could also add our own fonts. That's here you will see my fonts. So this is the work of font, just giving it different styles. That's the work of fonts. Let's add another text. Increase it fonts. See different types. Just fonts. So this is the work of font, giving your text a different dimension or different shape or different style. That's the work of font. So delete. So let's delete this. So let's work with this. So The next option is style. This is just giving your work like a bold. You see, it's bolds it. X style bold, bolding your work. That's the work of this B. Then the I, curving it a little bit, and to underline your text. That's the function of U. So then T, cancelling this I. So that's the work of I and T. Then U for underlining. So that's the work of style, the things under style. Then the next icon is curve. This is curving your work. For example, I want to put this text in a cycle. Let's add shape to really explain how curve, the use of curve. Yes, then let's copy color. Let's reduce the size. Relative position, centralize. Yes. So remember to front. You see, it brings it to the front. So then let's curve. Reduce it a little bit to bit. Then we curve. Still reduce it. Sorry. So I just reduce it a little bit. Then curve. Let's do it this way. Let's edit the color. The color black. So this is the work of curve. So you see, curve it either up or down. So this is the work of curve. So then what's next? After curve, see under editing of our text, we have T background. This is giving your text a background. So you see, that's giving it a background to your text. And remember left padding and right padding. That's shifting your work to either to the left or to the right. So it's either shift the background to the left or to the right based on your choice. Maybe say you want it to be in some parts like this. So that's what for sure of left padding. Then also top padding and right parallel low bottom padding. So this is the work of padding and adding background to your text. Then next, align. This is just an alignment to justify either on your justify or not. That's centralizing of your work of your text in a correct manner. So that's the work. So then spacing. This is spacing of your words. So it's giving it a space. Want to space it. So this is the work of spacing. You could ever space your letter or you could space your word. So it's a matter of choice. So that's the work of spacing. Then also line spacing is also giving it a height. So that's the work. Then the next one is stroke, like a boundary for your text. Let's give it like this. Let's increase the text a little bit. Size. Delete this. Delete. So stroke. This is giving a boundary. The edge. Could also edit the color. So this is the function of stroke. Either enable or disable or enable. Enable it or disable it. So that's the work of stroke. Then shadow. This is adding shadow to your work. So you can see shadow. You could also add how visible you want it to be and how bluish you want it to be, and the glow. So this is it. So this is the shadow. Then inner shadow, that's this first one is the outer shadow, then the next one is the inner shadow, giving the shadow inside. So you see a sample. Let's add like a stroke to see the work of the inner shadow. So this is the inner shadow. So you can either see how it is, how you want it to be. So this is the inner shadow. You could either add an inner shadow or an outer shadow. Then emboss, this is also giving like your work, sorry, like your shape. Let's add a shape. Yes, let's give it a color, black. Then emboss. So like it's also a editing. Give it like a shape or square, a beautiful, more beautiful way. So that's the work of emboss and bezier. So as you're editing, you know the more importance of these two things. So you can also set the degree of the part you need it to be. So that's all about a bezier and emboss. Emboss is, or a bezier is under emboss. Emboss, I'll go under, you could see bezier. So these are their works. So we finish on the text. We are done. The text we are done with emboss. So then perspective. This is giving it also a how shape or somehow. That's on it. You see, setting your shape to another manner. So you see, you can change it to anyhow you need it. So this is the work of perspective, changing the way we need our work or shape we need our work to be. So this is the work of perspective. Then 3D rotate. This is also rotating your work in a 3D manner. Let's add a 3D to see the effect more. That's the next one, 3D text. We on it, you see. Perspective. This is perspective, how perspective usually is. Then oblique is the other way around. So perspective is usually more better, but based on the choice of your work you are doing, so to determine what you really need to do. So this text, 3D text, depth, how long you need it to be. Then the color, also set the color. So then this 3D rotation is also here, and can also be this 3D rotates. You could choose from anyone. So let's see how rotates. We could rotate it. So see how it is. So this is the work of the 3D text and 3D rotates. So 3D rotate is to rotate it, then 3D text is to add a 3D effect, then 3D shadow, giving the 3D a shadow. You will also have visible you need it to be, then blur radius and expand how large. So that's all about it, and you can also give the shadow some color too. Yes, change the shadow color of the shadow. So that's it. Then reflection. This is doubling it. So giving a reflection to your work. So that's all about editing our text. So how can we edit our shape? And let's delete this. Our shape and image. That's the next icon. You could either we'll crop this based on shape, how we need it, any of this, or adding a cycle like a mirror. So you see, this is broken. Is the work of the it's what the boss did to the work. Let's just delete this. So let's add another shape. So you see crop. You see it's clear. So color. Let's just give it black. So this is how it is. So we could crop, we could copy, we could move to front, move to back. We've talked about them. The positioning, relative size. Here for shapes and images and objects is relative size. We could either increase the width or we increase the height. But for text, it's only size, just increasing the size. So what's next is the color. Could add color. We've talking about color. We've talking about texture. Texture giving it a background color. So something like this. Sorry, didn't work. Let me color. No texture. So so this is the texture. So this is the work of texture. We've said it already. So next is opacity. How visible we need our work to be, our objects to be. That's the work of opacity. Then filter color or color filter. That's editing the colors. So then stroke. We've talked about stroke. Then eraser. This is cleaning it, adding a transparency. We want to clean a part. That's the work of the eraser. You see, this is the work of eraser. Then mask. We've talked about mask already, like removing a particular part that we don't need. That's the work of max. You see, it has edited that part. Then let's move on. We'll talk about mask. Then erase color. This is also used partially for background remover. You see, it has removed the color. This is usually used for, let's say, image has a one color background. It's better to have a one color background so that it will be easy to remove the background. So that's when you can use erase color. You want to erase a particular color. You see, it's just one color and it's erase it once. So that's the use of erase color. Then rotate. This rotating of our work. Then 3D rotates. We've talked about 3D rotating our text. Let's add like a 3D. This 3D shape. The for text is 3D text. For objects and other things is 3D shape. So perspective. Let's add color. Then let's add it. So you see how it is. So this is the work of 3D. It will give you a 3D effect. So you see how beautiful this shape is. Just like a cup or a cooler. So this is the work of 3D. You could design many things on pixellab. So far, you are a very creative person. You could design almost everything on pixellab. So let's move to the next thing. Sorry. The next one. So We've talked about the 3D shape. We've talked about perspective. That's even another shape entirely. So let's do that now. Then we talk about shadow, outer shadow, inner shadow, and also emboss. So that's it about objects. Then the background, adding color for the background. This is it. We either add a color or a gradient that's mixture of two or more colors. So you see. Then what next? We either make our background transparent. Transparent means your image, when you save, it would not have any background. It would just be black, no background, just the other object or anything that's on the image, but it will not have a background. That's what transparent means. I believe you all know what transparent is. Then image size, this increasing of the image. We've talked about adding how in the size of the image we need. You see, so just leave it to square. Then adding background from image, that's presets, templates. So those that are the ones that are available on pixellab, they're these ones. So you can see, so these are the ones available. So then from gallery, this adding picture from guy as background from your gallery. So this is it. You see, you have added it. Then from camera, that's just snapping directly. Then the next icon here, this next icon, this one is also adding editing your background. Let's undo, delete this other objects. Then this background, you see, the first one is vintage. We'll rotate our background. The first one, that's rotation. Vintage, let the size be like a shadow, then the middle like a little bit bright. That's what we use vintage for. And the next one, noise, just making the background not really clear like that, like a television, like that's cracking a little bit somehow. So that's the work of noise. Then stripes, this adding stripes to the background and other things, you see. So then the next one, the brightness, how bright do we need the background to be. Then the next one is the contrast, you see, giving it a new dimension. Then hue, I believe those are editing images will understand this better. Those that images adding different, change it to different colors like filters. So that's the work of this contrast, brightness, hue, and also saturation. So these are all about it. So I believe all of us here have taken to heart this tutorial. So let us watch these videos again back to back for easy understanding, because practice makes perfect. So when you really look into the video more, you will also learn how to practice more. So always try to do practice what you have already learned. Watch the video back to back. Anything that you don't understand, always try to get back to me so that I will be able to help you. So thank you for your time. Thank you for the listening. Meet you another tutorial. Please always try to subscribe to our YouTube channel at FC Graphics. Thank you very much.